When the Lord was allotting lands to all the nations of the newly created world, the man known as Uzbek was in the crowd. Being kind and friendly, he kept stepping aside, politely telling everyone, "Please, pause." When it was finally his turn, the Lord sadly told him, "My son, you came too late. I have already finished the allotment of lands." "Where were you?" Uzbek bowed and replied, "Oh, Creator, you taught me to be merciful and love my neighbors. I gave way to everyone who wished to go forward, and that is why I am the last." The Lord's face brightened with a pure smile. "My son Uzbek, you have a truly pure and generous soul. And now I will give you the land I saved for myself. A land that is like a paradise." And so the Creator gave Uzbek the beautiful land nested between two large, life-giving rivers flowing from the mountains, which is called Uzbekistan. The famous Lyabi-Hauz complex is tied to a unique and slightly romantic legend involving Nadir Divan-Begi, the minister of the Bukhara Emir. When he decided to marry, he gave his bride only earrings as a wedding present. She was deeply offended, knowing her wealthy husband could easily afford something grander. The groom, however, remained silent. Years passed. Nadir Divan-Begi spent vast sums of money building a mosque, a madrasa, and other magnificent structures. His wife, still holding a grudge about her wedding gift, finally confronted him. She argued it was unfair to spend so much on construction while giving her such a modest present years ago. Smiling, the minister told her, "My dear, look in your jewelry box." When she opened it, she was shocked to see only one earring. Thinking she'd been robbed, Nadir Divan-Begi explained, "All the constructions you see, this entire complex, were built with the price of one of those earrings. You didn't realize the true value of my gift. So now, please enjoy what was built thanks to that single earring." And his wife was left speechless. The Kalan Minaret, the tallest minaret in Central Asia, is also known by a dark name, the Tower of Death. This is because centuries ago, criminals were thrown from its peak. One legend tells of a cruel and selfish Shah who neglected his people for his own pleasure. His wife, however, was kind and secretly tried to help the citizens and improve the country. When the Shah discovered her actions, he flew into a rage and ordered her to be thrown from the Tower of Death. On the day of her execution, the beloved woman carried her head high. She climbed to the top, wearing every dress and every white skirt she owned. As the crowds gathered for a final tribute, the brave woman jumped. The people gasped, but then a shout went up, "Oh, wonder!" As she fell, her many white skirts billowed out like a giant parachute, breaking her fall and allowing her to land softly, completely unharmed. Acknowledging his wife's courage and quick thinking, the Shah was forced to forgive her, and the execution was cancelled.
Место крепкого вина, я вам музыку собираю, здесь всем нравится на востоке, что за небо без луны.
National legends credit the epic hero Siavash with founding the Ark Fortress. Siavash was the beautiful young man who was wrongly accused by his stepmother of terrible deeds. To prove his innocence, he underwent a harrowing trial by fire, emerging completely unharmed. Despite this, he was forced to flee to Tehran, where he was welcomed by King Afrasiab. Siavash fell in love with the king's daughter. But before allowing the marriage, the king gave Siavash an intricate challenge for a piece of oxide. "I want you to build a palace that would fit entirely upon this height." The king thought this was impossible, but Siavash proved to be even more cunning. He cut the oxide into one long, thin strip, connected the ends to form a large circle, and then triumphantly built his palace inside that boundary. According to the legend, this clever circle became the foundation for the Bukhara Ark. Sadly, Siavash was later falsely accused of plotting against his father-in-law and was tragically executed. But justice prevailed. The legend states that Siavash's son eventually returned and punished King Afrasiab. If you watched my video about Bukhara sightseeing jewels, you may have noticed mock-up stork nests placed on some historic buildings. Well, Bukhara was once known as the City of Storks. Centuries ago, the city was dotted with over 200 small water pools. While these ponds were unfortunately a source of disease, they were also an ideal habitat for frogs and insects. These free feasts attracted large flocks of storks which nested high on the city domes and minarets. They were cherished symbols of good fortune, stability, and peace for the people of Bukhara. However, when the Bolsheviks took control in the 1920s, they drained almost all the pools to stop the spread of disease. Without the water, the frogs disappeared, and soon after, the storks flew away. Today, those smoke-up nests are to keep this beautiful association alive. So, the next time you see a stork, especially in Northern Europe, remember Bukhara, because that bird might just be descended from the flocks that once brought peace to this ancient city.